Good morning. All right, so we're here. We made it to Friday. This Friday already started out a very interesting way. So, husband got up, got ready to go, left. I usually stay in bed for a little bit, and today was no exception because today was cold outside, and I don't want to get out of bed when it's cold outside. Nobody does. However, I get a knock on our door. I'm like, oh dear. So throw some pants on, walk outside. First of all, cold front, still didn't remember to take a jacket, but I did walk outside. And it turned out there had been an accident in our front yard. So there's a road that goes right by us. There's not really a lot of front yard space. It's a duplex. And this car had lost control. The driver, or the husband of the driver, said that his wife had lost control because somebody cut her off. But either way, she slipped, avoided all the cars, thank goodness, because we still have that very expensive rental I'm worried about all the time, and slipped and slid into the tree a little bit. Everybody was okay. Everything was fine. Our mailbox got taken out, so we're going to have to replace that. But the driver was fine. The car was able to drive off the yard just fine. We've got to take care of that now. And then come back inside, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to go back to bed. I'm all wound up, and now I'm cold because it's just outside, and just what I was trying to avoid by not leaving bed. Get up, get dressed, do the thing, and I'm sitting here, and I'm going to start my makeup so that I can do my video. And Marble jumps up onto my lap and smells awful. Like, she smells like poop. That's never good. So I'm just here assuming that she probably had some poop between her paws, and look it up. So her butt's leaking, and so she's at the vet today, so you might not see her bouncing around. You will see, however, that it is a friend of mine's daughter's birthday soon, and so I'm getting her presents ready. Don't tell her. She's also 3, so she shouldn't have Facebook. But so that's been my morning. It's been a crazy morning. But we're here. It's Friday. Weekend's coming. Friends are visiting. It's going to be a great time. And so today, and I just hit the table and shook the camera. Today we're going to talk about not giving up on yourself. So I always keep talking about how it's been a rough year. And I'm probably going to milk that cow until it's dry. Or I find something better. But it has been. But the thing is, this isn't the first time this kinds of stuff has happened. I've had rough years before, and I've had rough years in different aspects of my life, in work, in school, in personal life, in relationships, in family, in friends, and everything in between. The thing that I've noticed that has consistently kept me going is I haven't given up on myself yet. I have been fighting so hard not to give up on myself, because it is so easy to do that. So after this last job, it could have been really easy to say, well, I guess I'm a worthless worker. I guess I don't deserve anything. Maybe I should just go be flipping burgers at McDonald's if I can do that, and give up on myself. Because somebody said that I wasn't good enough. And it's really easy to just take that as gospel and say, yep, I'm worthless, it's terrible, and I probably shouldn't be working anymore. I shouldn't be that ambitious again. I shouldn't. But after a while, and this didn't happen overnight, I said, no. It's not good enough. Because I remember working hard. I remember putting everything I had into it. And yeah, it didn't work out. That doesn't mean I didn't try. That doesn't mean I was worthless. It means that it wasn't a good fit for both of us. And it's hard to come to that conclusion because part of me wants to feel like I can be good at everything, but we're not, and we have to move on from that. So I did. And I started applying again slowly. And a friend of mine believed in me enough to say, hey, I heard this place is hiring. And that's always one of the highest compliments for me that I think I could get, is when a friend of mine says they can help me find a job, because that means they think that I'm good enough to vouch for. And she did. And I got the job. And I've been doing the job. And I've gotten a lot of compliments on my work ethic and how I handle myself. And if I'd have given up on myself, I wouldn't have known that, and I wouldn't have heard that. And this doesn't just apply for work. This applies for everything. A few years ago, and this happened a few times, I'd given up on my personal relationships and romantic relationships because it wasn't happening. So up until 2015, up until 2015, I hadn't had a serious relationship. I'd had a series of very short, like couple-month-long relationships with guys who it didn't work out with, who wanted more and I didn't want to give any more, or who only wanted a fling and I wanted a relationship. And it started to get to the point where I started to think, well, maybe I'm just not somebody that someone wants to have a relationship with. Maybe, I don't know, I'm going to end up alone and we're just going to have to all live with that. And yes, it always takes me a little bit to kind of mope it a little bit, get over it. And I finally said, no, you know what? You have to give yourself a pep talk. You gotta be like, I'm the hottest thing out there. I'm amazing. I can do this. I can do that. Get up and get out there again. And I did. And then I had my first serious relationship, which lasted right around a year. And we got along well, and it obviously ended because it said my ex. But it kind of gave me hope. Granted, it didn't end on the best of terms. It was a little name-calling after a while, and things that probably shouldn't have happened and did. And it was not just him, it was both of us. And we got over that. I got over that eventually, and I started to put myself out there again. Wanted to meet people, wanted to get to know people when I moved to San Antonio. And because of that, and because I didn't give up on the first dating app that I used, because yes, I did, because it's hard to meet people organically, because I didn't give up on myself, and I still thought that I had some sort of something to offer people, and yeah, I met my husband. And he's spoiled out of his mind because I love him, and that's one of the things that I do for the people that I love. And he knows this, and I tell him that to his face, so you can tell him I said that. And if he tries to deny it, tell him I made him cheesecakes last night, and multiple little cheesecake cups, and a big banana bread cheesecake. So he is spoiled, and he knows it. But I'm also spoiled, and I know it. But if I'd have given up on myself then, I wouldn't have met him, because I'd have said, no, it's not worth it. And then not tried again. But I did, and I met him, and it was one of the best things for me. Friendships. For a while, when I was younger, I didn't think I'd find anybody who genuinely wanted to be my friends. No strings attached, just we're friends. And for a while, I didn't give up on it, but it just seemed like maybe I had been right, because I kept trying, and it just wasn't happening. I wasn't getting invited places, I wasn't getting, hanging out with people as much, and it took a toll for a while. But I had 7 bridesmaids in my wedding. 7 people who were there for me on my wedding day. And yeah, some of them used to be my sister's friends first, but they've become my good friends. I was just talking to one of them right now, months now, and it's been driving me up the wall because it keeps coming back that it can't be sent, and I'm losing my mind by this point. But I'm not going to give up on this letter. I'm not going to give up. And it's not cheap. I keep paying for the stamp that I need to use to send it. But I'm going to keep trying to send it. In the same way that I'm not giving up on getting this letter sent, I'm not going to give up on myself. And if you are somebody who wants to have a baby and is having a little bit of trouble, don't give up on being a mom, because there are other options. You can try to go in for fertility treatment. You can try to go in and adopt. You can try to just, I don't know, wait, try again. Give yourself another chance. If you are somebody who is going back to school and it's really hard and you're not doing as good in your classes as you want it to be, don't give up on yourself. You've been out of the game for a while, however long, a day, a week, a year, a semester, a summer, because trust me, even college students, when we take the summer off, is like, how did I get through the first year? How did I get through any of this ever? If you fail a class, you fail a class. Everybody always used to say, oh, it's easy for you to say. No, I've failed some classes before, and I had to retake them, and I had to try again. And we all have to. We all figure out what we have to do to make it work. Because if you want something and you believe in something, you can make it work. If you're just got off a job or you're applying for your first job and it's not happening, don't give up. Don't even for a second think about giving up, because that job is out there and you're going to find it, and it's going to be amazing, and you're going to be amazing at it. You got to keep trying, putting the effort. Maybe your resume is the wrong color. Maybe you're just not including everything. Maybe they just need time, because a lot of people apply for jobs. But don't give up, because that just shuts you off from all of these opportunities that are going to come out if you keep trying. And I know it's hard, because I'm still trying to not give up on myself. And that's because everybody's always telling me that I have all this potential. And always, I mean like my parents and my siblings and my friends telling me not to give up. And it's still hard. So if you don't have that much support, still don't give up. Reach out to me. I'll be your support. I'll shoot you a text every other week or every day, whatever you need, and be like, don't give up. You're worth it. Because we are all worth it. We all have something that we're meant to do, and we all have something that we want to do, a dream that we have. And yeah, it can get put on the back burner for a little bit if you suddenly have a kid you weren't expecting. That's a lot of work, and you're going to have to take some time off to take care of that. But that doesn't mean you should give up. It means that you got to recalculate how you were going to get there. If you miss your exit when you're going somewhere on a trip, you don't just say, well, I guess I can't go there anymore. You just figure out how to get off on the next exit and see if you just do a U-turn and go back. You don't just give up on something. You got to figure out how to do it again. I'm going to go to the post office and figure out how to get this letter out and what it's going to take. And I'm going to get it sent. If you miss your exit, you get off and you figure out how to get back there. If you spill milk, you clean it up and you try again. You don't give up on something that's worth it. And yeah, it can be easy to say when you're over it, and it's hard as all hell when you're going through it. But if you look back, there are going to be times that you remember that you wanted to give up because it was hard, and you didn't. That's the point. So hopefully this helps. Hopefully I'll have an amazing Friday. And to lighten the mood, I'm going to go wrap dinosaur blankets and books and see how that works out. And the paper's going to rip. I'm going to call it right now. I can feel it. It's going to rip once. But I'm not going to give up on that paper. That's what tape is for. Have a great weekend, guys. Thanks for listening.